Good morning, everyone. July 15th. Thought I'd go ahead and give an update on the garden. It looks like the potatoes were a failure this year. I'm going to dig this up and see what I got, if anything grew at all, but pretty much all the plants are dead. There's a little bit of green on those two. That's about it. The volunteer tomatoes are doing pretty well, and based off of these clusters, I'm guessing they're some sort of cherry tomato, so that'll be nice to have a few extra tomatoes. The celery plant, I guess it makes a ton of seeds. I don't know how to harvest these, but I would love to get some out. I don't know if they stay on the plant, you can pick them right off, or if they're going to fall, and then you figure out how to catch them. So any advice on that would be appreciated. Bunch of weeds growing here. And I got the green onion going to seeds. Most of this is second year. Using some of that tonight. Going to cut down the kale. There's really no seeds left to be had. Didn't get many off of there, but I don't need a lot either. So got some seeds growing down there, but I'm done with it. And I think I'm going to put down the weed block on this entire area. Give it a rest till next year. Okay, so over in the main area, got squash here. This is the first of this variety that's coming on. That'll be exciting. We got another one growing back there. Got a volunteer tomato plant here, which also appears to be a cherry tomato. Love the volunteers. Got a zucchini here, but it's not really putting on a lot of zucchini. I only got one off of this one so far. There's another one getting ready to go. The pepper plants in here are really starting to get choked out. I don't know if I'll get anything out of those, but I guess it'll be there when the vine squash borer decides to take out my squash plants. Now this one was the same variety as that one over there, but the wind snapped it in half. It looks like it snapped it all the way out, and so the plant died, so that kind of stunk. And this is my son's, I think it's a maple tree, or I don't know. I think it came from that tree over there. The helicopter landed and started growing. He wouldn't let me take it out, so might transplant this, because I told him it can't last too long in the garden, but maybe it can be transplanted. I did not plant butternut squash this year, but apparently I am getting butternut squash. Let's see, there were two on this one. Let's see, got that one growing there. Oh, here's the other one over there. So, but it came up way over here. These plants grow like a ton of vinage, but it popped up right next to my zucchini here. And this zucchini plant's only put one on, so I don't know if that's hurting its production or not, but we do like butternut squash also. Got a bee doing its job in there. This is my most productive squash plant. I mean, it's pretty large. I think I've taken about 4 or 5 off of this, and there'll be another one ready tomorrow. Got one growing way down there that I probably should take out. I don't even think you can see it, but it's not growing. It's been the same size for a while, but plant's doing very well. Another tomato plant, volunteer plant here, volunteer tomato plant here. I got my corn, doing very well. I don't know where the corn starts to grow, so it's just keeping an eye out for that, and not expecting a whole lot with only having 2 stalks, if they'll even pollinate each other enough. Got some kind of melon growing here. whole lot though. And this vine's getting huge, but I'm not finding a lot of melons on this one. And we're almost getting there. Well, plenty of time. We'll see what happens. And here I have a bean plant. Got a few of these around. They're starting to flower. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of those. This is my cucumber plant, which puts on a cucumber at every leaf. Every leaf you get a cucumber. Not all of them pollinate, and in the beginning very few did. But lately I've been getting a lot more pollinating. Some of the leaves are starting to die, so I don't know. I mean, this one cucumber plant comes all the way over here, and I'm just getting lots of cucumbers. Look like some more need to be picked already, but then some die. Far from 100% success rate, but enough. Well, we're picking between this and the other one 3, 4, 5 cucumbers a day, but literally at every leaf you get one started. It's a matter of if it lives or not. Okay, so over here I'm thinking I must have another volunteer melon. So I bought a Burpee melon, never grown it before, so I wasn't sure what it looks like. And I got this vine growing these. And just another one back there. There's any others growing. So I at least got those 3 melons growing on this vine. And then I thought this was part of the same vine, but that's a different melon. I don't know what. One of those isn't the Burpee melon. I don't know which one. I don't know what to expect. Throwing a baseball. So anyway, if anybody knows anything about those melons, let me know. I have another bean plant there. Bean plant there. Another volunteer tomato plant here. That looks like it might be a little bigger tomato. So, be interesting to see what that is. This kind of growing like a bush-like instead of just one stalk going up the middle. Another volunteer tomato plant here. Putting on a few flowers. And my sunflowers. I don't know if those got sunburnt or what, or why they browned out, but it's 2 sunflowers. Got a cucumber plant coming up here with nothing on it. Okay, and all through down here are my beefsteak tomatoes. And here I had a Gregory's Altai. I think it's getting choked out by the melons and the cucumber. It's not doing well at all, so I'm not expecting anything off of that. These melon vines are just growing all over the place, and some of them really aren't putting many melons on. There's a nice one. Anyway, alright, so this is the first beefsteak, and these beefsteaks are doing pretty well. Got a big cluster there, got a couple there, so I'm not complaining about these. Got another cluster down there, got a whole bunch growing through here. Anyway, I like beefsteaks, so pretty much all of these are beefsteaks. These guys are getting really big. I'm just terrified as low as they are, the critters are going to get them. More growing here. These aren't really getting fat though, so that's kind of disappointing. I really hope they pick up. We don't get any rain anymore. It's like we live in a desert, so I don't know if that's the problem or if the nutrients are the problem. But between all these plants, I'm sure I'll get enough. I should really look into companion planting too, because these vines are getting out of control. Like I said, I don't even know what half of them are growing. But a pepper plant just thrown in here. Hopefully that'll do well. And my eggplant's doing really well, but it does have, I don't know if you can see them, almost like a white aphid kind of thing. I don't know. The plant seems to be handling it. There's a flea beetle. If you've never seen a flea beetle, if you grow eggplant, you're going to have flea beetles. A couple more in there. But I've been picking eggplant. The eggplant is growing just nicely. Down there. Don't need a lot. I'm the only one in the house that eats it, so can't complain about those. So that's pretty much it for the main garden. Lemon tree's not doing well this year at all. It's got a couple melons. I think we had 3 of them, but no new flowers. The container tomatoes aren't doing bad, but I don't know that I would say they're doing good either. The first 5 to 10 of them I picked were blossom end rot. But some of them, I thought these were cherry tomatoes, but that's not a cherry tomato. I don't know what they're supposed to be. This is an habanero plant. Doesn't really look like it has any habaneros on it yet. A couple starting over there, getting ready. More container tomatoes that are actually starting to do really well. Putting on a whole bunch. And that's a small pot too. So if I can get that many tomatoes out of that small of a pot, that makes me happy. Another habanero plant. Habanero's growing on this one. This is my fastest producing one so far. Some more here. That's good to see. So these two are my, sorry about the shadow, jalapeno plants, and they're getting big. But no jalapenos yet. And I believe this is another habanero. I'm getting started to grow. That's the container part. Here's the raspberries. Raspberries are starting to get flowers on them. I think they're supposed to be ready in August, so still got a little time to wait on those. Another cucumber plant. Got 2 of them here. They're doing very, very well. The other one actually is starting to lose leaves from some kind of disease that I've been picking off, but we're getting lots of cucumbers. Back here, a couple raspberry canes growing back there with it. A couple more there. Really gotta keep up with the watering. Like I said, we're not getting any rain. Some more raspberries. Not a whole lot of flowers, but still time. Peas have been pulled out. Turnips, I don't know if they're good anymore. I don't know if you can leave them in the ground till you want to eat them, or if you have to pick them, but they look like they'd probably be woody. Not really sure about how the onions did. Guess this one looks like it might be ready. Didn't get big, but these just came out of the kitchen and planted some pieces of it, and it did well. The radish we let go to seed. Not getting as many as we did in the past, but enough. These are purple bumblebees, the cherry tomato. Hopefully we can get some of those out. And the garlic looks like it's doing really well. I mean, I'd love to see what these look like underground. And that stalk there is so thick. That one too. Don't really know when to pick these. You know, I'm supposed to when they fall down, so I guess I'll let them go for now. Harvested half the carrots. Did very, very, very well. I mean, this is a really good spot for me to grow the carrots, as long as I can stop it from the deer. More radish with the flowers growing. Maybe a few more pods. The deer do enjoy them though. Don't know if I'll get any. A lot of volunteer tomato plants in this area. I'm assuming they're going to be cherry. They were cherry last year when they volunteered. I don't know. I had probably pull them out because they might be choking out some of the pepper plants. I just don't have the heart. Some of these pepper plants are so far behind. I don't think they have time to even be productive this year. This one is doing, it's got some peppers getting ready to start in there, so that's good. I think that's a red bell pepper. So we have one here. It's not going to get a lot of sun because of these tomato plants. This, I believe, I don't know what happened here. I believe that's an habanero. Another habanero, another habanero. I got grass put down through all this now so that should at least keep some of the moisture in. Some more garlic. I mean, look at the size of those. This might be a really good success this year. We'll see. And the part of the garden I didn't get really going very well. Asparagus is doing well. I don't know what. It's got all these flowers, but I don't know. There's seeds in those or what. Gave up on this spot. There's just whatever was in there got choked out. These few tomatoes. Then I got some peppers. They're doing pretty well. Pretty sure these are all red bell pepper, but I know those are, but I'm not really sure what these are. This might even be jalapeno. This one got eaten by something. And a couple tomato plants. So I think this area also, this winter I'll put down cardboard, some weed block. I tried digging it up, but it's just too much work, too time consuming. So anyway, that's the update for today. I mean, there's some successes, some failures. Way behind this year. Tomatoes, peppers definitely are way behind. Best cucumber year will be my best garlic year, it looks like. The melons are looking great in the main garden. So anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, leave some comments. Advice is always appreciated. And be sure to check out my older videos if you want to see how we got to this point. Thanks.